All right. So, welcome back. I'm sitting here hanging out at my sister's in Doylestown. Still a little cold. Watching the Guardians. The Twins are playing them. Their home opener. The Guardians are up 4-2, and hopefully the bullpen here can hold out. I did a little review of this La Imperiosa. It's a strong cigar, but what I wanted to talk about, I guess to go along with that, is sort of anybody going through radiation, brain radiation, and how to deal with fatigue. And this is really an interesting observation, I guess, for me, is how that fatigue just hits you. Brain radiation obviously is pretty potent stuff, and I don't really feel much pain at all during it. I mean, it gives me a slight headache, but the biggest side effect is the fatigue. Now I'm just over half my treatments. I got to do 30 some treatments, and they're cumulative, and so the doctor told me they would get worse, in terms of the cumulative effect. And it's had some impact on mobility. You saw my other videos, and it was adjusting steroids and all that, and so that's an issue. But the fatigue is really incredible with this brain radiation. I mean, when I go in there, I don't feel it right away. I come out and find the Cleveland Clinic staff is awesome. They make sure you're not dizzy and you don't fall down afterwards or anything like that. But about 40 minutes later, the knees start getting really weak, and about an hour, 2 hours later, it's like they're rubber. And you got to listen to your body. So dealing with any of this, listen to your body, how you feel. Obviously, a fall risk is the biggest thing that they want to warn me about. You want to stay active. You want to keep your muscle coordination and keep some strength up, which is important. But when that fatigue hits, it hits like a freight train. I mean, sometimes literally I get a little bit of notice, and then it's like, I got to go lay down. I got to lay flat. And, they gave me some good tips with taking cat naps. I've never been a big cat nap taker, but vital, right? A hour to two, if that, nap makes a huge difference. But this fatigue is really, intense when it comes on. It's like, wow, got to lay down and take some pressure off the head. So I don't know why the brain radiation does that, but it just really knocks you out. I know I got some swelling in the brain, and so that creates some of that, I'm sure. But how do you deal with that, right? And so it kind of depends. I mean, it does go a little bit, some headache. I take a chemo pill. They're going to put me on. You might have seen my other video. They're going to change my treatment here a little bit and put me on an infusion. And we'll see how that does, because they want to cut back steroids. So steroids will help with the fatigue, but they have a lot of side effects. And so there's, a benefit, I guess, to weaning me off steroids, although carefully, because it's a fine balance. So my advice, anybody that's going through this, or if you have a loved one that's doing it, that fatigue is serious. And I mean, it's like nothing I've ever experienced before. It's like, wow, like energy zap. I compare it, I've got a Tesla, and so the Tesla battery, I've been comparing sort of my how I feel with like what a battery charge would be. And and sometimes it depends day to day, and I think it will get worse. But like 2 days ago, I had pretty good strength. I went through some physical therapy, and I would say my battery level is maybe at a 20%, which, some people would say, well, that's pretty low. But, that 20% I can live with right now. But with this fatigue, I mean, literally it knocked me down to 5%, 3%. It's like, wow. I mean, it's like I got nothing left. And then I just got to lay down. And so you got to listen to your body, do that. Watch where you're walking. Use this walking stick and that type of thing. So it's really important to do that, and just realize that fatigue is going to hit. Also very important is try to get a good night's sleep, and I've not been real consistent with that. It comes and goes, but the better night's sleep I get, the more it impacts. And then some days, you just wake up, it's like I don't have it. Like today, I had to go to radiation, and my sister took me, and she yells at me, thinks I overdo it. And doctor said, or the therapist said, if I can walk with the walking stick, fine, but like today, no way. So I was like, all right, you're gonna have to put me in a wheelchair and wheel me down to the radiation, and that's fine. You just got to know your body. Other days I've been able to do a little bit of walking safely, but so you got to listen to your body. My brain, especially during this, is doing a great job of sort of telling me where I'm at, and so you got to listen to that. What else helps with fatigue? I don't know. Caffeine maybe. I mean, I had we went through Starbucks. I had some I don't know what it was. It was some kind of good dragon fruit or something. It had a lot of caffeine. I don't know if that really had much of an impact. I'm drinking this herbal tea, mint tea, which has no caffeine, which will have no impact, but it just kind of helps with the stomach. The chemo, it's good. And then my sister's got this ginger beer. It's not beer, but it's ginger, and that helps with the stomach. So some of those things, eating. So I almost forgot. So it's like, I think very important, if you or loved ones going through this, make sure they're well fed. The appetite is still there. Taste buds impacted a little bit. So I'm smoking a strong cigar, but eat. If I eat, I get energy back right away almost. So, you got a loved one going through this, bring them food. Go out to dinner if they can, or get carry out. Makes a huge difference with the fatigue level. I think my sister's bringing home a pizza here to her place, so that'll be helpful, even though I'm not really that hungry. I had a great meal earlier, but so consistent meals. Don't let yourself get too hungry, because I think that the body needs to draw on some nutrition during this time. So those are all just tips to deal with it, and relax. Find a spot to sit down. That's what I'm doing now, watching the Guardians here. Hopefully they'll pull it out. It's funny, like every game now takes on this significant importance. It's early in the season, so most of these games are probably not going to matter, but they matter to me because I don't know how much time I got left, so I'm really enjoying the games and the great pitching battles. And so do stuff that is relaxing, get out in nature, get some fresh air. That does help fatigue-wise too, if you can. And just kind of enjoy life, right? Do what you can, listen to your body, and get rest when needed, and keep carrying on. So that's what I'm going to do. I appreciate all the viewers on the videos. Hopefully they're helpful. We'll keep them coming as long as I can. I think it's good for my brain to work on these things, and kind of go from there. So until next time, we'll see you soon. And if you're a cigar smoker, check out my short review on the La Imperiosa. I think it's a hidden gem. See you soon.